Hi, if you've come across this video, you are probably in the midst of a spiritual awakening or a dark night of the soul. My name's Deb, and on this channel, I talk about the human experience, help others gain insight to their human experience. And we are in amazing times of change on planet Earth right now, not only physically for the earth, but spiritually for the soul. And I have chosen to kind of focus my messages on the new earth, because that is exactly the evolution that is here. And people like me are needed to spread the message. It's not an easy message to spread. I'm going to adjust my tripod real fast. I was touching the bed, so it was shaking every time I moved, breathed, talked. Okay, so there's this concept called a new earth. And this is a concept that I don't know, it's probably been around for centuries, right? Like, humans aren't dumb. Our history has been around for the knowledge has been around for thousands of years for how things really work. It's not, there is magic here. There are things that are unseen that rule our existence. Ancient civilizations left evidence that this is known. And do we know it because of that evidence, or do we know it from an ultimate knowing from our spirits being connected into all consciousness? And if any of this is sounding weird for you, you're probably not going to resonate with any of the rest of the video. All my videos are mostly timeless. Oh, who knows the way times are going now? But the videos are going to only find you when you're ready to hear them and understand them. And even repeating some videos, you're going to catch different things at different stages in your life, right? So the videos will have no order. It's all over the place. Awakening is not linear. It is spiral. It is ups and downs. It is going into the dark night of the soul, understanding your highest of highs, feeling great, and then going back in the dark night of the soul. Like, if you think your first dark night of the soul is bad, wait till your second dark night of the soul, because then you have a lot of shame and confusion, because you're like, I did everything right. Why am I here again? It's kind of like if you're a mother and you have a baby, people are always like, oh, wait till this stage. Wait till they're like, oh, babies, you'll never sleep. And then they're like, oh, toddlers, terrible twos or terrible threes. Like, there's always something that's the next step. And awakening's kind of like that, right? Like, you think you get things under control and you don't. So with that, the concept of a new earth is not new. Movies like The Matrix, maybe even The Avatar, kind of open up the idea of possibility. And the new earth it's vibrational. Okay, so meditation is important because meditation helps us understand that. Sorry, I was holding a book. So there's this book. I'm not even sure when it came out. I'm sure I could look, but the concept of new earth was well established into my soul before before this book was ever came across my path. I don't even want to say written, but what is the year on this? Bear with me, we're almost here. I just want to find this because I am really curious now. Okay, well, Google would probably do better. Anyways, I had a quote tagged and saved, and I just go, okay, this is a mess. Back to the video. So new earth is dimensional, right? Not dimensional, energetic. And through, let's see, you are a human being. What does it mean to be a human being? Mastery of life is not a question of control, right? So I just mentioned control, and that's why I wanted to bring this up. Mastery is not a question of control, but the finding of balance between human and being. That's the goal, right? So we have our human, that's just the touch, feel, taste, see, those things, right? That human. And then we have the spiritual side, right? The spiritual side. We have the inner workings. And when you go through meditation, you feel it. And if you haven't experienced it, if you haven't had a deep meditation practice and you haven't experienced this, you cannot knock it, because you can't knock what you haven't experienced or tried to experience. And in meditation, you realize that there is a whole different world. People talk about psychedelics and like, oh, we crossed over, and they make it sound like weird and wild and not natural as far as a mainstream thing. That's why those things are illegal, right? However, meditation, it is an undeniable truth that there is a different existence to what we see when our eyes are open. There is a different existence to when I have my hand and maybe I'm like have you ever done that game where someone like has your hand and they're like, oh, I'm going to thread a needle and thread through the center of your hand. It's like a child's game, right? And you can feel it. It's because it's energy. Rub your hands together. How long till they start getting warm? That's energy. That energy is unseen. Rub your hands together. Close your eyes. Slowly pull your hands. Stop your hands and slowly pull them apart. Slowly pull them apart. You can like almost feel that energy building between the hands, right? So there's unseen energy. That's what emotions are. And through the new earth, we're leveling up through the chakras, basically. And we're wanting to do this on a mass scale. Because some humans along the line thought it would be fun to control the masses and have us stuck in the lower vibrations of the root chakra, survival, keeping us in the sacral chakra of lust. Like each chakra has attributes, and they have positive side attributes and negative side attributes. Like even your third eye and your crown, those can have negative attributes. That's where psychosis comes into play. That's where people that hear voices and go crazy come into play. But also people who went crazy in the old days had overactive upper chakras. I'm not going to say now, because now there's technology that can control people's brains and emotions, and we never know what type of control we're under. We don't really know what's on our phones. We don't really know what type of vibrations they're sending through, have the power and capability to put into our air and into our bodies and minds without us knowing. So yes, we are living in unprecedented times. That's a spiritual warfare. We're fighting over our souls. We're fighting over our energies. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be a fight, because we get to choose. I was saying there's a collective group of humans that wanted to control the masses and keep us stuck in our lower chakras. When you get to the sacral chakra, that's your self-worth, that's your confidence, that's your community and friendships. What has modern day society done for us? It has taken away a lot of those things. Social media has given us a false sense of community in many ways, more so in the cities. In the smaller communities, it definitely helps brings us together, because it is a way to coordinate and also cross-reference the different groups of community. I have lived in small rural communities. I can't say that word. I actually went to speech therapy as a child for my R's, so sometimes that creeps back in. The smaller communities, they're doing things better. I'm not going to say right. We still have our problems. There's still government issues, spending issues, bickering issues, what's right, what's wrong, trying to protect ourselves from outside influence of rich people come in, destroying sacred sites and building expensive resorts. Like there's still these issues. But once we get to the heart chakra, that's the bridge between the two. And that heart chakra is where we're going to burst over into the 5D. The earth has a vibration. And humans are part of that earth and part of that vibration. And if you've been watching the news this week, I don't really watch the news, but obviously it's I do use my phone. So through using my phone, news will come in, and I'm sure algorithms are great and do eventually throw things at me. And politics is not something that I care to watch. I have my own ways of contributing to how things happen politically in the way that I am capable of contributing to that. But I'm not actively following things to fill my brain power with that, because I want to use my power on creating the new rather than trying to fight something that I can't fight. We can't fight them. It doesn't have to be a fight. We can just choose love and choose differently and start building new systems that will make theirs fade away. Right? Like, right now we're trying to fight them and ask them to change the systems, but they put their systems there. They're not going to want to change them. So the better way of doing things could possibly be to, instead of trying to fight them and get them to change their mind, just step away. Just like a relationship that's having problems, just step back, focus on your self-care, focus on your community around you, focus on your family around you, focus on doing what we can do to build a new paradigm. Right? The school system, I can see, is already changing. People on a small level are making the school, they're offering different ways for people to become educated as they move into adulthood. And that's amazing. That's a great start. People are realizing that our food system is trash, right? So more and more personal gardening and neighborhood gardens are popping up, and that's amazing. And we can do it. We don't need a negative structure to be the baseline of a new earth. It's going to come from love. And the way that the natural disasters have increased this month of July is, I feel it. Everyone feels it. These are not normal. These are, it's change. Change is here. Change is happening. We can't deny it. So the new earth is us, like, moving up from those 3D physical things. I still haven't finished the thing with meditation. When you go inside with meditation, meditation teaches you there's a whole different world. You can tap into the unseen world. You can feel there's an unseen world. And it might take practice. It might come to you, some people faster than others. Some people might have a natural ability, but we all have the natural ability. And the more we clear out our dense energies from our lower chakras, I just use chakras as an easy explanation for vibration, we can start moving into the higher energies, the higher vibrations. Right? And it's still going to like coexist, but those denser ones can just coexist elsewhere without being in our existence of our bubble. And there is a movement to be doing this worldwide, collectively. As a child, when I rebelled against religion, but still knew I was a really good person, and even though I felt a calling to witchcraft, knowing that this is where I'm at in my adult life, being able to be here on a video, having the confidence to talk about something as crazy as separating the earth into different vibrations so that people that want to live through love can live through love, and people that don't, that just aren't there yet, haven't had their, like, they're going to be fine where they are. People that are still learning their lessons, still being in the 3D, like, that's them. They still have to go through the process. There's still a soul that it's just, now, let me put it this way, Earth before wasn't capable of having this vibration before. So that's why we were all in the 3D, right? But now there have been things within the solar system, within the universe, like all the things, and even the earth itself, poles are changing, right? The glaciers cause things, we created things, and things are changing. And now the earth is ready. It's just like, have you ever met someone that you're like, wow, that person would be really cool to date, but it just wasn't the right time. And then later on, it was the right time. Or maybe before you didn't even think about dating them. And then eventually you did date them and you're like, wow, I've known you forever. It just wasn't the right time. We weren't the right people. We hadn't learned the right lessons. And now we have. Now we've learned the right lessons. Now we're in the right stage. Enough of us have evolved spiritually and vibrationally, and the earth is changing, that now the capability is here. Now we can have the choice to jump timelines, jump into the 5D, jump into that higher vibration of community, collaboration, health, intentionality, awareness. Like, this is such a beautiful time to be alive, but you cannot be afraid. You have to have faith. You have to believe in this craziness. And if you do believe, if you can bring yourself to work through all the gunk that is holding you back, because you do have to work through the gunk. You do have to choose, but yet you do have, if there's densities within your vessel, you do have to work with that. And sometimes it's really easy. Sometimes it is just a matter of saying, I am done with all that dense energy, and then you're just changed instantly. I have had it happen that fast before. I've had many changes, many level ups. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I know how doable it is. And it was doable for me, for someone who grew up without internet. I grew up, every single person, even still, that I tell these things to in real life, they're like, you're crazy. I do these videos because the internet are the only people that understand. I live in a small town in the middle of nowhere, and YouTube gives me the opportunity to reach people worldwide that are like-minded, that are on the same journey, that are light workers, healers, grid workers, holding the energy, holding the space. I just got so many chills. I was saying, we have the capability to level up now because of people like me. And if you're watching this, it is people like you. You're not going to be 17 minutes into this video if you are not one of these people. We are here to anchor in this energy and help others feel that energy too. If you're watching this, you're probably a sensitive, you're probably a healer, you're probably a leader in your community in some way or form. And we go through the most crazy trials and tribulations to build our strength and our resilience. And we still hold so much love and compassion instead of choosing anger or resentment. And we go through that so that we can hold space and bring in those higher vibrations despite the 3D junk that's holding everything down. Like, other people can change and level up now because of people like us. Other people can now level up because people like you have been carrying the vibration wherever you are in your location. And you know it, you feel it. If you travel and you go to a new location, you feel it. You meet a new person, you know they feel it. You hold light. You are capable of the higher vibration. And you're helping others resonate to that. I have no idea what time it is. I really hope I'm not late for work. This morning has been a lot of different things. I'm going to end it there. I am so excited for this new earth. Like, you guys don't even know. I have been, like, the resilience required to get to this spot, to now see, like, what's next. This is so beautiful, and just I'm so happy for humanity, because we are going to come out on the other side. We are choosing the 5D new earth. My name's Deb. I'm here to share the human experience to help everyone else have a little more compassion for their own human experience, because we all need it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, if this video found you, it was meant to find you. You can't watch these without vibrating at the same resonance. Have a blessed day.